Scorpio, welcome to your monthly reading for July. I hope the last week of June was amazing for you. The joyous June, learning about your joy of life, because in July it's all about applying. Apply it in July. Apply your joy in July in your life, throughout your life. I thank everybody for your support for this channel. It's been absolutely brilliant to meet so many Scorpios over this past month. And all your messages and comments and everything like that have been absolutely lovely. A lot of people have been asking for private readings. Yes, I do private readings. I have opened up the calendar, which you will find in a link below, where you can go and book a private reading with myself. It comes on it's a first come first served basis. I have no control over it. It's you book up your time and etc. I've tried to put different times in there so everybody can find a slot that works for them. Thank you very much for being here, Scorpio. I hope you have a lovely reading for July, for applying your happiness in July. Overall energy, yes. Applying your happiness means giving up conflicts that don't actually serve you anything, that doesn't get you anywhere, that doesn't bring you the results, basically. And I think is not ignoring it, but walking away from old paradigms, old ways of beings that people were trying to trigger you. Do not get triggered. It is this week here, as you apply your happiness and your joy in your life. You know, there may well be some people from the past who don't want you to advance. And I just wouldn't get involved with them. You know, it's not a case of biting your lip, but just a case of looking forward to your future and sort of saying, do you know what, that conversation or that conflict there is just not worth winning. I'm moving on to something that's a lot better. And just staying away from conflicts that just do not serve you anything. Let's just see, this is on your relationship side. This is the karmic message for the month. This is week 1, week 2, week 3 and week 4 on the same thing on your material front. Let's just see what's going on the karmic message on your relationship side. 4 of Wands. Is this what comes out of that last week? The connection with someone else. It's the 2 of Wands is planning. So there's 2 people in here that are coming together. Right, so this is like a marriage card. So some of you may well be going into a long-term relationship here, and this may well be moving in with someone. This may well be marriage, but it may be just the realization that you're moving into a new paradigm in regards to how you position yourselves in your relationships with other people if you're already in a relationship. But that person is coming with their plan, and the other person is coming with their plan. And these 2 plans are dovetailing into one another in a very beautiful way to make a whole new paradigm. And a celebration is to be had about this. And this is your karmic path, is to move into this new way of being. Moving into applying your joy of June in July. Okay? That's what it seems to be like. What's going on in the first week here? First week here, you get the 6 of Pentacles. I think this is the fair exchange, and I think this is the fair exchange within yourself. It's also the fair exchange within other people. It's making sure you're okay in order for everybody else to be okay. I was talking with Tanya last night about this, about the fact that, you know, when you create pleasures for yourself, you actually create pleasures for other people. And it's the sharing which is the magical ingredient. And I think in this first week here, I think you're going to understand this fair exchange. Understand that, you need space and time for yourself in order for you to grow, in order to grow with the relationships that are around you, to share that growth with other people that are around you. And it could be a really beautiful, evolving thing. Evolutive, I wanted to say. But that's not a real word, is it? I don't think it is. A real evolving thing for you, and it could be, you know, it's applying your joy in July, basically, and it's having that fair exchange. You know, don't run around for pillar of the post. You know, don't run around for everybody and forgetting about yourself. It's really important. And on the second week here, you get the Two of Pentacles. This came out in the collective reading as well. Concentrating on one thing at a time. I think it's concentrating on this new paradigm. Concentrating on these connections that you have found yourself with a other person or with other people that are around you. In a new beginning, a new you that is coming forward. And you need to, like anything that you plant, you need to nurture it. And to nurture it, you need to give it some serious time. And other things you do not need to give your time. That's what the Five of Swords is all about. Letting go of those conflicts, so you can concentrate on where, you know, on the relationships that really, you know, that mean, you know, good things to you, that are meaningful to you. That you have a good connection with some people, and I would nurture it. And concentrating on one thing, rather than trying to concentrate on everything, I think is going to be really beneficial to you. And in the third week, you get the King of Cups. This could well be that person here, that finally that person there emotionally comes forward, and gives you emotional stability within your life. This is possibility. This also could be the fact that you've concentrated on your happiness, your joy, and connecting your joy with other people that are around you, so it's a good fair exchange, helps you to realize your dreams and your aspirations that's coming through, you know, is going to bring you a lot more assurance emotionally in the third week. You're going to feel at home and at one with yourself in the third week of July, because you've applied your joy in this month, in a very pragmatical sort of sense, you know, and that's what that Two of Pentacles is all about, and 2 and 6 of Pentacles is all about. In the Ten of Cups, happiness after difficulty. I think that is part of the difficulty of the past. I think it's saying goodbye to certain people that just not really worth being in your life, and having that fair exchange. Once you've realised that fair exchange and how you apply your joy in life, you're going to realise that happiness is a long-term thing. Joy is an instantaneous sort of thing that contributes to your eternal happiness. And this is where I think the realisation is coming through you through the third week here, and by the fourth week you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be content about your emotional and relationship side of your life, because you've come through that difficulty. And that difficulty could be something that is majorly, you know, that's in the past, a long time in the past, as you go forward. And you're going towards your, you know, to a lifestyle that really corresponds to you. And that gives birth out of this new paradigm, this fair exchange that you do within yourself, and concentrating on that fair exchange to give you stability within your life, which breeds ultimately happiness for you. Looks really, really good for you, and it, you know, it could well be the start of a very beautiful long-term relationship. On your financial side, because we're coming into your autumn period, is having the strength to follow your career path, follow your plans, your projects, you know, the things that you've set in motion, dispelling those doubts within you, having that conviction of your courage to move forward, to just keep ploughing on, to keep going forward, because you're heading towards much more secure times more than anything else, I think. Because of this. So, you know, if you're heading down a career path, or you're starting a business, having, you know, the confidence in your convictions will bring you forward, will bring you success, will bring you results. And you have got the Queen of Pentacles, and you should know it. This is the first week here. The Queen of Pentacles, she sat at the tree of knowledge. She knows the cycle of the tree as it bears fruit. So it, although you might be going into an autumn period by the end of July and beginning of August, you're going to be moving into your autumn period, which is a yearly event which you reflect over the past year, seeing what you did well, what you didn't do well, what you could have done better, what you'd like to do in the future, what you'd like to stop, all that sort of things. And knowing that this moment of pause is going to bring you back fruit in the future. You know, fruit will eventually come back from it. And that's what that courage is about, and that conviction of your path, of where you're going. And all projects that you're starting at the moment, you know, it's sticking to the plan and applying those projects, applying that career path, or that business within your life going forward, is going to bring you really good, solid results. In the second week, and this is where the concentration comes in, it seems like the second week of July, it seems to be there's a lot more mental, there's a lot more here and now, there's a lot more stuff going on in your life that you need to apply yourself. And in that second week there, yes, you should be continuing your path. That's why that person has that rod there, that passion of living, that passion of getting things right, because you like to get things right, but also learning about your past. Those 8 wands that are in the past, they are messages, communications of the past, to stop you being triggered or stop you doing things that are detrimental to you and your career path, or your job, your business, or your projects. And that's understanding in the second week. And I think that second week is really concentrating on it. And I think this is where the overall energy will come to the surface as well. And it will test you to see whether you get triggered by, you know, conflicts that are just, as I say, not worth winning. For you to having that courage and that conviction to concentrate on the path that you're going on and know that you are on the right path. It eventually came out because it was at the bottom of the pack earlier on. It's going to breed, because you put in those healthy boundaries. All of a sudden you're going to see, it's like when the clouds part and you can see the stars, and you kind of go, there they are, they're my dreams and aspirations. And it seems to be coming to the fore in the same time that you get emotional security within your relationship side. It seems to be coming to the fore within your financial side. All of a sudden things become, you know, very real. They're no longer dreams and aspirations. It's almost as if they're coming into fruition, like the possibilities, the conviction, the courage of your conviction of the past is really starting to open up those amazing possibilities of the future. And then, so this is once the clouds go, you know, part and you can see the stars in this, at the end of July, beginning of August, you're gonna put in some good quality work towards them. It's going to give you a defined direction to take for you to work in. Once you get that defined direction for you to move towards, you know, that you are going to put the time and effort in. There's no doubt about it. And you're going to be, the reason you're putting the time and effort into it, it's because it's going to take you to a whole new level in the future and take you to a much, much better place. But it doesn't come, you know, you can't just, you got to go out there and get it. You got to be in it to win it in a way. It doesn't just turn up. You know, some things do just drop out of the sky, but luck is something that we cultivate. It's not something that's just, I'm being lucky. You know, it's something that we cultivate by positioning ourselves correctly according to energies and stuff like that. And this is what I try to do in my readings. I don't know what's going through your life particularly as an individual, but because of the elements that are in the Astroflower and how they combine with the cards, it gives me a heads up of how you should engage with that vibration, regardless of how that vibration presents to you in what format. Because we're in different parts of the world, it's going to be in different times, different sort of situations. But it's the vibration that is the underpinning of everything. And the moment we know how to approach that vibration and interact with that vibration in order to get the best out of that situation, that's what I'm trying to encourage within the Astroflower. And, you know, as I said, you know, I don't know if I said it in your reading, but I've said it in lots of other readings. You know, if you want to have a party, there's a lot of organisation goes into that party, you know, to house party before you actually have the party, the fun. So this is the application this month here, which is going to lead to that party, that joyous moment. And I think it's been provoked by that joyous June. And how you apply it in your life. Let's just do a bit of clarity here and see what's going on with the clarification here. With the Five of Swords, you get the Page of Swords. Yeah, I think this is where you need to walk away from complications, conflicts and stuff like that. That doesn't really serve you anything anymore. And open that pathway, because that's what a page does. Opens the pathway to the knight to secure that pathway with inspirational ideas and how... those inspirational ideas, you convert them into reality. That's what the overall energy is trying to bring to you here, is the less you concentrate on the conflicts and the more that you concentrate on the inspirational ideas which are going to lead you forward, it's going to take you far away from those conflicts. I think it's a South American saying that you know, when you're walking down the road, the dog that is barking behind the gate, as long as you keep walking down your path, within no time you will no longer be able to hear that dog barking at you, if you understand what I mean. So this is what I mean about sort of like following your inspirations and going down that path. It's going to lead to beautiful things for you. With your out with the old and in with the new, to that new paradigm. Let go of the past. Any complications that you had emotionally with any relationships, just kind of going, whether you were right or wrong, you know, forget about the judgment of it all, just kind of going, well, it's got nothing, it's just not helping me anymore. I don't want to get involved. I don't care about the truth. I want it to be done and dusted with, because I'm going on to something so much better. And that's what you should be doing. We're back to the aces with you, Scorpio. And yeah, out with the old and in with the new. And you should know this within you, that you've stepped into something completely new. With the Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles, you get the Knight of Wands. Yeah, getting into a rhythm, getting into a very sociable card, but rhythmical sociable card. Enjoying the journey, securing your journey through your passions for life. Having that fair exchange with you, which allows you to be passionate about life and open up that journey or open up that pathway through to happiness after difficulty. And as I say, I think that difficulty is really in the past. What's the Two of Two of Pentacles all about? Yeah, I think if you concentrate on one thing, it's like looking through a keyhole. The keyhole is really small, so you've got to concentrate to look through the keyhole. And when you look through the keyhole, all of a sudden behind the door you see loads of possibilities. And I think this is what's happening here. If you concentrate on that fair exchange within yourself, heading off into the new paradigm, into this marriage or this connection with someone else, you're going to realize that there's so many opportunities through that doorway. But you've just got to concentrate and go for it. You know, no messing about here, Scorpio. Concentrate and go for it. With the King of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords. I think this is almost sort of saying you've got this emotional security because you've played smart, because you've walked away from that conflict of the Five of Cups. And all of a sudden, with the Seven of Swords, it's like you've disarmed all the backbiters around you, so you can actually just sit there, just kind of going, yeah, I'm okay, I'm cool, I'm absolutely fine. Yeah, there may be some people who are lying, cheating, and scheming in the world, and you know, just leave them in their quagmire. That's all I can say. I wouldn't worry about them. Just leave them in the past and walk towards your future. It's going to be so much more beautiful for you. And it's because you've played smart, because you've done this work at the beginning part of the week, which is going to bring you onto that King of Cups, that meeting with that other person, which is going to make you feel utterly secure about your emotions. With the 10 of Cups, you get the 8 of Swords. So we get the 7 of Swords going to the 8 of Swords. This is a very progressional sort of thing. Yeah, look, the 10 of Swords came out. I don't know where that popped out from, but that's just the past. And that's what you're letting go of, as I was saying here about the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. It's letting go of the past, basically. I'm not going to take that with us because I don't know when it actually came out. But this 8 of Swords, because you've played smart and you found the emotional security within your life, you will be freed up to be freed up to be happy. That is when you get your happiness after difficulty, and you will no longer be tied to it in the past. Any relationships that have been very complicated, difficult, obsessive and stuff like that, you can walk away from quite happily now, emotionally, mentally and physically. Let's just see what's going on your material front. With the Strength card, you get the 8 of Swords, messages coming in, clarification to your life, realizing where you should be going, sticking to the plan, having the conviction of your, within your courage here. It's also the 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands, which is on the 9 of Wands there, which is behind you, which gives you those healthy boundaries to help you to continue on your path and go forward to what you should be doing. The Queen of Pentacles, what's this assurance that you feel, that you know going forward that this is what you should be doing and where you should be going and where you should be? You get the Knight of Cups. So something that is offering up for you. And this is the assurance that things are coming back, that fruits are coming back to your world after a long time of maybe labouring in order to get there. You are going to have people, offerings coming into you, contracts coming into you, which make you feel very joyous about the direction that you're taking, and impacts and sort of like encourages that confidence that you have within you for your path going forward, for your career path or your business or your projects and so forth. What's going on with this nine of Wands? I will say one thing as well. The 8 of Wands, and you've got the 8 up here as well between these two sides here. It's a very precise position, which is immovable because it's immovable within you. It's very clear within you. And when it's very clear within you, no one can steal your thunder here. No one can steal your thunder. With the 9 of... Do you know, in the last reading we had 3 aces. Now we've got 3 knights come out in the clarification here. This is absolutely beautiful. With this new offering here, it's going to send you off on a mission. If you're signing new contracts and etc., the devil's in the detail. I would be, I wouldn't be cautious about it, but I would read all the details. That's what the 9 of Wands is all about. Healthy boundaries. Someone may be offering something that might be fantastical within your life, a great new job or great new business opportunity. Just make sure you do read the details. But whatever it is, I think it's going to send you off on a mission going forward, which is going to make you feel like you're getting your dreams and your ultimate desires, basically, in regards to your jobs and your business and your projects. It's gonna make you feel like that you're on a karmic mission to actually do this, and this is that conviction of your courage, and it's also the messages that come through on your karma, which sends you off on that direction there. With the Star card, you get the High Priestess. The High Priestess has she knows how to mentally put into place the stages that are needed in order to get to that star. So it becomes in the third week, it becomes a very clear vision of what you need to do in order to get the success out of your job, your business and your projects. And with that clear vision, then almost in the last week of the month, it's almost a case of sort of saying, now I've got to put in the work, the good quality work. But this Ten of Swords does eventually come out. And I think if you put in this good quality 10, Eight of Pentacles here, the good quality work that you're working on and you're concentrating on, you're working on, any complications financially in your life are just in the past. And this is what contributes to the freeing up of yourself. It's just, any difficulties you have in the past will just seem like a real, long-term memory now rather than anything else. And you will just be concentrating on where you're going. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. There's a lot of getting on and applying in July. Apply in July. This is what I keep calling it now. And with those three knights here, you are definitely, you're being called on a mission. With those aces that you had before, that was the start of it. Now you're getting into the flow and really stepping into your power here. And stepping into what you should be doing. And having the conviction of your courage in order to do it. And within your relationship side, it's you're getting to a much joyous and harmonious and plain sailing situation as you go forward, and you're going to feel so free because of it. A lovely reading for you, Scorpio. Thank you very much for being here, showing your support for this channel. I really have appreciated meeting every single one of you through the comments. As I get more and more comments, it's going to be more and more difficult for me to reply to everybody. I've got to say that because there's a lot of comments that are coming through. I try to reply to everybody, but obviously I have kids, I have a house, I have lots of other things that I need to get on with in life, which you can well understand. So if I have missed any of your comments, I do apologise. It's just sometimes life can be a little bit frantic. There's a lot on. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for all your support on this channel. I have done the collective reading as well that came out, and you've got your weekly reading that comes out at the end of the week. In the meantime, Scorpio, all that's left for me to say is don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.